The evolution of the Adam Sandler movie. Adam Sandler, actor, comedian, screenwriter, film producer and musician. Love him or hate him, he has been in some hilarious films in his time. Adam Sandler is Happy Gilmore.
You're in big trouble though, pal. I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Sonny Colfax.
I don't want to go. I promise. I'm sorry. I don't even like that song anymore.
I know, pal. That's not it.
But I want my own ass. I want my own ass.
I know.
Robbie Hart.
Give you my coat when you are cold. Need you, feed you, even let you hold the remote control.
And The Water Boy.
I'm the waterboard, dude. I got a wooden spoon.
We're going to look through his whole list of movies from start to finish and see if we can figure out how or why he lost his way a bit with the film critics and audiences alike. Before we start, if you love movies, be sure to check out my Facebook page at Richard Al's Radio Show. I do movie specials every week. It's really fun and exciting, so do come along and check me out. Give it a like, it would make my day. The details should be below this video if you're interested. So Adam Sandler began his career on The Cosby Show from 1987 to 1988 as Smitty. He actually had a few lines in a handful of episodes, bringing his own stand-up vibe with each episode, telling some jokes along the way. And the Cosby Show being a massive hit, he was able to be seen through some episodes. Luckily enough, he actually got his first feature film straight after in 1989 in Going Overboard as Checky Moskowitz. And I have actually seen this movie, I really have, and it was pivotal in his career, but also interesting to see early Sandler, much younger, and it's crazy. A struggling young comedian takes a menial job on a cruise ship where he hopes for his big chance to make it in the world of cruise ship comedy. Obviously, this plot had parallels with his actual life on the stand-up circuit. Although not the best movie, it starred badass Billy Bob Thornton and Billy Zane, but also Burt Young and Peter Berg. Adam Sandler was so embarrassed by this film, his first starring role, that it isn't listed on his filmography on his official website. Oof. Adam Sandler enjoyed working on this movie though, so much due to this being his first leading actor appearance. He ate lunch with the director constantly, drank frequently with his co-stars, and cried when he ended filming. He popped back up on telly, The Marshall Chronicles, and The Drug Dealer in ABC after-school specials in 1990. He was Dink the Clown, that's Dink the Clown, not Dunk the Clown you may be thinking of, the old wrestler back in the day, in Shakes the Clown 1991. Bobcat Goldthwait directed. Sandler starred alongside legend Robin Williams, which funnily enough I have done a video about, so feel free to check it out if you have the time. Cast members in Shakes the Clown were Blake Clark and Kathy Griffin. His first hard hitter came in the form of Coneheads, 1993. We all remember this one. Happy family of aliens who crash land to Earth, with massive heads. Huge cast. We have Dan Aykroyd, Ellen DeGeneres, Sinbad, Michael Richards, Jason Alexander in Coneheads. This was the first meeting, you could say, with Chris Farley, David Spade and Phil Hartman, his SNL cronies. Adam Sandler played Carmine Wiener, not a conehead by the way, for those of you interested. He had a normal head. He was in Airheads, weirdly enough, straight after, as Pip, the drummer of the Lone Rangers. You know what they say about drummers. 3 band members hoping for a big break head to a radio station to play their demo tape and wind up holding everyone hostage with plastic guns when the head DJ refuses to play them. Brendan Fraser, Steve Buscemi, Chris Farley joined Sandler on this one. It's weird to see Adam Sandler, wearing his purple beanie and his necklace and his tattoo and stuff. It's quite different to his appearance now. He got festive with Steve Martin in Mixed Nuts. Mixed Nuts 1994. Adam played the romantic interest, Louis Capshaw, an eccentric resident in the building who sings impromptu songs on his prized ukulele. Yep, it's true. 1995, what a year, because we got Billy Madison. Still one of his bests. In order to inherit his fed-up father's hotel empire, an immature and lazy man must repeat grades 1 to 12 all over again. And there's so many funny scenes in this one. Oh God, cherish it. For the love of God, cherish it. We have today, Junior, in the classroom and other classroom scenes. Chris Farley as the crazy bus driver who makes himself go red with anger. To O'Doyle rules. The imaginary penguin. Yeah, the imaginary penguin. What scene always stayed in my mind, being quite young, rewatching it, was Bridget Wilson's character, Veronica Vaughn, scene where she's teaching Billy Madison, will say, to remember things and to remember what she's been teaching him. And she's playing a little game with him. That's all we'll say. Yep. But the funniest scene has to be...
The puppy was a dog. But the industry, my friends, that was a revolution. Nip-high football rules!
Mr. Madison, what you've just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but...
Though he wrote the script, Adam Sandler also ad-libbed a lot of his performance, apparently. Tamara Davis said it was important to let Adam be Adam. Isn't that true? Adam Sandler said of the title character, Billy's the closest I've ever came to playing myself. Saturday Night Live early series came to an end in 1995, where he played various characters, bringing his vocal ability to many of them. How great is his vocals? Right when you think he would struggle, he did another fan favourite, Happy Gilmore, which he smacked right out the park, 1996 as Happy. God, such a funny film. I always used to watch it in class, in school, growing up. And a rejected hockey player puts his skills to the golf course to save his grandmother's house. The scenes I'll always remember is Happy hitting himself with the balls in order to psych himself up, to Chubb's hand being bitten off by the crocodile. Tap it, just tap it in. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo. Chubb's words of wisdom throughout the film. We have Richard Keel's scenes, particularly the "Oh my God" scene. Well, moron, good for Happy Gilmore, oh my God. To, I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No. How about I just go... How about I just go and eat some hay? I can make things out of clay, lay by the bay. I just may. What do you say? The fight scenes, the dream sequences, and Happy going ballistic, shouting, swearing, screaming at the ball. Go to your home. Are you too good for your home? I'm sure I'm missing out some scenes like the beginning. I used to be a janitor. Let me know if I've missed out any of your favourites below. The great music, we must mention the great music in Happy Gilmore. God, such good classics in there. In real life, Adam Sandler is terrible at both hockey and golf. I used to love hockey when I was young, but I'm terrible at golf as well. To help promote the movie, Adam Sandler made a cameo appearance on The Price is Right during the Showcase Showdown. The clip of Sandler fighting The Price is Right host Bob Barker was shown to the studio audience as well. Lucky them, eh? Lucky them. He joined Damon Wayans in Bulletproof, 1996. Actually an underrated movie. Two criminals, Keats and Moses, end their friendship when Keats turns out to be an undercover cop. Years later, the two are forced to work together when Keats is assigned to protect Moses as a witness. Adam Sandler's character, Archie Moses, is a small-time crook and a thief who lives in LA. The Walking Dead director, Ernest Dickerson, directed Bulletproof. A bit different role for Sandler because he was mostly serious in this role. A few goofs here and there, but mostly serious. Probably the reason why it wasn't so commercial, which is a shame. 2 years after Bulletproof, 1998, Adam Sandler would make a performance that is arguably his best one, as Robbie Hart in The Wedding Singer, supplying his own voice to awesome songs like Love Stinks, You Spin Me Right Round in the opening segment, and of course That's All, a beautiful rendition of the song by Nat King Cole, a classic one which I love. And Adam Sandler, he just does really good a cover of That's All. I'd say almost as good as Nat King Cole, and the very memorable Somebody Kill Me. Which we've all sang to whilst we're making a brew, whilst we're making a cuppa. No? Just me? Just me making a cup of tea and singing that song? Probably. And the last song, Grow Old With You, which we'll all remember. Robbie, a singer, and Julia, a waitress, are both engaged, but to the wrong people. Fortune intervenes to help them discover each other. The cast, we have Sandler, Drew Barrymore, Alexis Arquette, Billy Idol, Ellen Dow, and Christine Taylor. I love the cheeky cameos from Billy Idol to the music. What a soundtrack. We have done a movie special on this one on my radio show, and it was fantastic. Lots of 80s classics in there because the movie is set in the 80s. We have the old drunk guy scenes. What you need is a prostitute. The kids scenes, I love the kids scenes. Are you in the middle of a nervous breakdown? Nervous breakdown, nervous breakdown. Cuckoo's nest, cuckoo's nest. To the kids dressing up like Freddy Krueger as well. The John Lovitz scenes. He's losing his mind, and I'm reaping the benefits. The late Carrie Fisher and Judd Apatow and Adam Sandler worked uncredited on the script. Frank Karaki directs this one, who has an obvious man crush on Adam Sandler because he's appeared in many of his movies, which we'll mention later on as we go on. Other scenes from The Wedding Singer include pick the coolest, most unloserish guy of the bunch, which is generally a touching part of the film where they're all dancing and grabbing each other's... Yeah. We have to talk about Ellen Dow, though. Ellen Dow, grandma, singing Rap is Delight. I said a hip hop, a hippie to the hip hop. You don't start the rock, I said a bang bang. We're gonna jump off the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie the beat. And I Want to Grow Old With You, which will never be forgotten anytime soon. The scene where Robbie Hart serenades Julia on the flight. Beautiful ending to a brilliant film. After playing Satan in Dirty Work, he jumped straight into another Rob role, Bobby Boucher Jr. in The Waterboy, his last picture of 1998. Frank Karaki would direct Sandler again. A waterboy for a college football team discovers he has a unique tackling ability and becomes a member of the team. Kathy Bates, Henry Winkler, Rob Schneider join Sandler, and you don't mess with the waterboy or talk about his mama in a bad way. As of 2010, this is Adam Sandler's highest grossing film at the American box office. This is the third movie where Adam Sandler's character's love interest, Vicky Valancourt, has the initials VV, after Veronica Vaughn in Billy Madison and Virginia Bennett in Happy Gilmore. Now we're going to get emotional. We're going to get emotional with this next one. Big Daddy 1999. From the soundtrack to the cast, the funny scenes, everything is just on the money. Just great. A lazy law school grad adopts a kid to impress his girlfriend, but everything doesn't go as planned, and he becomes the unlikely foster father. Big family of cast, the regulars that we see, plus Dylan Sprouse, Jon Stewart. I can probably recite to you the whole film. I've watched it so many times with my best friend, and Julian Frankenstein scenes. We have to mention the roller skaters falling over. 30 packets of ketchup. 30 packets of ketchup. And my favourite scene is with the old man and Vanessa. Sorry, I had a shock of paranoia. I thought you were sleeping with my woman. I am. And he's got a 5-year plan. What is it? Don't die? The Indian wrestling with Rob Schneider and their chemistry together is just fantastic. The court scene is fantastic. I'll come over there and give you a crew cut. Steve Buscemi as the homeless guy, to the heartbreaking scene where Julian is taken away from Sonny.
I promise I'm sorry I don't even like that song anymore.
I know, pal, that's not it.
And we hear our Bruce Springsteen's song, Growing Up, which gives me goosebumps every time. It's such a sad scene and a montage to go with it of their good times together. Always going to make you well up. Fish, pony, hip hop anonymous. You're giving me easy ones. Adam Sandler's wife, by the way, Jackie Sandler, plays the waitress in the bar that gets Julian a root beer at around 15 minutes. Come 2000, we got Little Nicky. A lot of film buffs and critics I know don't actually like the film, but I really, really love it. I really enjoy it. It's one I think silly and just full of laughs. After two of the devil's three sons escape hell to wreak havoc on Earth, the devil must send his third son, the mild-mannered Nicky, to bring them back before it's too late. I always remember
You going all crazy
the
eyed on me.
"Don't make me go crazy eyes on you."
Look at it. Come on, let's get busy. Turn it now.
To Quentin Tarantino as the mad preacher, to get on the flask scenes, to looking at the window and getting a huge surprise. Hitler and the pineapple in hell. We have Ozzy Osbourne's cameo, growing tits on his head. The dog steals the show for me ultimately with his scenes. We have the cast. Jesus, it's a big one. Legend, Harvey Keitel, Rhys Ifans, Patricia Arquette, Quentin Tarantino to his regular cronies, and Dana Carvey too, which is hidden in there, and of course Henry Winkler. Cover Henry Winkler and bees.
You can do it.
Even Chubbs makes a reappearance.
Sorry, Henry.
Adam Sandler's dog in real life, named Meatball, is the son of the dog that plays Mr. Beefy in Little Nicky. Meatball was Adam Sandler's best man at his wedding. Full of fun, silliness, and great to watch if you're feeling down and out. He popped up and made a cameo in Rob Schneider-led movie The Animal in 2001. Next was highly respected Punch Drunk Love in 2002. A psychologically troubled novelty supplier. A psychologically troubled novelty supplier is nudged towards a romance with an Englishwoman, all the while being extorted by a phone sex line run by a crooked mattress salesman and purchasing stunning amounts of pudding. Paul Thomas Anderson directed. He's known for There Will Be Blood, Magnolia, and Boogie Nights, so he's got a huge film cred. He played Longfellow Deeds, Longfellow, next in Mr. Deeds 2002. A simple storyline for a fantastic film. The scene everyone remembers is, "I'm very sneaky, sir, very sneaky." Some remember the singing David Bowie's Space Oddity on the plane together. We've all done that. Crazy-eyed Steve Buscemi, the elevator joke. It has its ups and downs. The guy whipping Sandler's black foot. And of course...
No, Daddy, no!
The tennis scenes are so funny. The one that tickles me the most, though, is the shower scene. I've got information on Deeds. You interested? Very. Providing the information is good and you quit soaping your ass. Rob Schneider makes a cameo as the delivery guy from Big Daddy in this film, which you must remember and check out and see him in there. I just love that idea. He went into animation straight after, playing Davy, Whitey and Eleanor in 8 Crazy Nights 2002. It's mad seeing Adam Sandler as an animation. Really strange. Many animation fans have noted the design style of the characters in 8 Crazy Nights is very similar to the design style of the characters in The Iron Giant. He played the funny bongo guy in another Rob Schneider-led movie called The Hot Chick. You can put your weed in there. You can put your weed in there. I still say that line to this day. He popped up in Pauly Shore Is Dead before we got the hilarious Anger Management 2003, which will always make me sing.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty, and
We have many more excellent scenes like Goose Frapper, Wildebeest. The whole airplane scene is amazing. Can I get a headset? Oh yeah, sure, just bear with me. Excuse me, miss, can I get a headset? Don't raise your voice to me, sir. It's just so good. What is with you people? To Jack Nicholson's character sleeping in the nude, I sleep in the nude. Woody Harrelson as a lady. I feel like dancing, dancing. Fighting the Monk, which I didn't know at the time was played by John C. Reilly. Yeah, go back and check it out. I love how evil Jack Nicholson is in this, and you just get really rattled up with his character until the end when we find a twist in the end, which is a great twist. What a twist! What a twist! We have the childhood scenes, therapy sessions. Again, if you want a knee slapper, watch this movie. Now, this is the amazing trivia. Okay, in the scene where Dave, Adam Sandler, smashes his boss's lamp with a golf club, he says, "See, I golf also. You should bring me sometime." This is a reference to Happy Gilmore, in which Sandler plays a golfer with anger problems. He then says, "So when I get out of jail in the next 2 to 5 years," 2 years after this film was released, Sandler starred in The Longest Yard, where he is sentenced to 3 years in a state penitentiary. He appeared in 2 movie shorts, Couch and Blossoms and Blood, before he played lovable Henry Roth in 50 First Dates, 2004, where he tagged up with Drew Barrymore again to give us a film that would melt our hearts and make us laugh out loud. Henry Roth is a man afraid of commitment up until he meets the beautiful Lucy. They hit it off, and Henry thinks he's finally found the girl of his dreams until he discovers she has short-term memory loss and forgets him the very next day. Makes you want to watch it again, I tell you. Favourite scenes is "Hi, I'm Tom" with 10-second Tom. Rob Schneider steals the show again with his comedy and character. His performance is so good. His look, his comedy it's just comedy gold. We have witty banter between Henry and Lucy's family. Great music again. Really, really touching scenes in this one. I need to watch it again. Now, things changed. Spanglish, 2004 was released. Sandler played John Klasky. This was, I think, one of the first mistakes, almost the catalyst, the start of the decline of his movies, which is really sad. I'm going to try and answer why this was a thing and this was the case, to see if we can see why it did this turn. And there was a director change with this one. We have James L. Brooks. His family cast of actors we usually see aren't there in this one, like, you know, in his regular movies. They were gone from this, so maybe that was it. The Longest Yard was next, 2005, a film I really enjoyed. The remake from the Burt Reynolds led movie made in 1974. The original starred the great Richard Kiel as well, who we mentioned before, with Happy Gilmore. Simple plot. Prison inmates form a football team to challenge the prison guards. What a cast the remake had as well. Different but good. Burt Reynolds was back. Sandler, Chris Rock, Nelly, wrestlers like Bill Goldberg, Steve Austin, Kevin Nash, and the great Khali, and Terry Crews as well, who's just hilarious in everything he does. Adam Sandler plays the protagonist, Paul Crewe, a disgraced former professional quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was forced to form a team from the prison inmates to play football against the guards. His movies went up and up, with the next one, Click, 2006. A workaholic architect finds a universal remote that allows him to fast forward and rewind time to different parts of his life. Complications arise when the remote starts to overrule his choices. Some really funny parts in this one, like farting in David Hasselhoff's face, his boss, and Hubba Bubba. Hubba Bubba is chewing gum. I am not chewing gum. But the funny is overtaken by the heartbreaking, soul-crushing scenes, like being horrible to his father, played by legend Henry Winkler. That magic trick which he ruins.
You come. I'll show you the quarter trick.
Will you look at the man?
I'll tell you the secret.
No, Dad.
Don't you want to know?
I know how you do the stupid trick. I've always known. Can you let me do my work?
You've always known. You're pathetic. I'm so sorry I barged in. I love you, son.
See you later, Grandpa. I love you. Dad. Pop. Pop.
To the future scene where Michael Sandler has escaped from hospital. He's dying and he runs out the hospital in the pouring rain to tell his son that family comes first. Family comes first. You know, like I said, it's pouring down with rain, but the music is earth-shatteringly good and just pulls at your heartstrings. And he finally gets to his son, falls down, and is about to slip away before he puts a finger up to his wife's new partner. I was sobbing when I watched it for the first time, that scene. The cast also includes Kate Beckinsale, Christopher Walken, and Jonah Hill. I didn't think Jonah Hill was in this until I looked it up. The neighbours in the film are named the O'Doyles, which is also the name of the family of bullies who always say "O'Doyle rules" in Adam Sandler films. We got another weepy one. Yep, get the tissues at the ready. We got another weepy one for you. With Rain Over Me, 2007. Adam played a man who lost his family in the September 11 attack on New York City, who runs into his old college roommate, played by Don Cheadle. Rekindling the friendship is the one thing that appears able to help the man recover from his grief. Obviously, really, really sad scenes in this one. So many. But people cling to the touching monologue Adam Sandler has in the movie.
That was a nickname. Doreen Templeman. She had a dog, Spider, a poodle. They wake me up all the time, Saturday mornings, you know, singing Beatles songs to me in harmony, the four of them. So cute. So cute. Doreen never judged me. You know? Never nagged like some wives do. Just wanted me to take my shoes off so I didn't wreck the carpet. That's it. Doreen and the girls were very female. I was the oddball, you know? Mr. Man. They adored me, Johnson.
Bet they did. I know they did, Charlie.
They had long brown hair. Except little Gina. She kept the hair short, you know? To be different from everybody. She had a birthmark, too. Looked like a burn. But it wasn't. She literally said it was gonna go away, but it never did. Jenny, this one, she wanted to be a gymnast. She was such a klutz, though. I didn't have the heart to...
At first, Adam Sandler declined his part because he was terrified of it, although he thought the character was incredible after he read the script. A month later, he reread the script and decided that he wanted to do it, and we're really glad he did. He was in The King of Queens TV series as Jeff the Beast Stussman in 2007 with friend Kevin James, before we got two films that were not as good as the two hits before. You know, Reign Over Me and Click, which were excellent. We got I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry, 2007, Kevin James and Adam Sandler and his family of regular cast members, which is an okay film, but it was just near the knuckle of offending gay people, to be honest. I think that's why it wasn't well received as his others. You Don't Mess with the Zohan, 2008, which was all in all a bad film. Sorry. Bedtime Stories 2008 was next. A hotel handyman's life changes when the lavish bedtime stories he tells his niece and nephew start to magically come true, as Skeeter Bronson, his character was called. Courtney Cox and Russell Brand are in this one with him. Again, it's an okay film. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just don't get comedy anymore. I like the concept though. Next one was better. Funny People, 2009, bringing back the comedy and tragedy mix again, which I think is Sandler's forte. Judd Apatow directs. Again, big names here. Seth Rogen, Leslie Mann, Jonah Hill, and Eric Bana. And it's such a misleading title of a film. It's probably the most misleading title of a film ever. All for the right reasons, though. When seasoned comedian George Simmons learns of his terminal inoperable health condition, his desire to form a genuine friendship causes him to take a relatively green performer under his wing. The opening video with the prank calls is a real video shot by Judd Apatow when he and Adam Sandler were younger. The two other people appearing in this video are Janine Gruffalo and Ben Stiller. The film's soundtrack features songs from each of the Beatles' solo careers. Adam Sandler performs a cover of John Lennon's song Real Love at about halfway point of the movie during his paid jam session. The saddest thing is that Funny People, for me, is the second to last good film he's recently made. His movies just turned after this. Grown Ups, 2010, which felt like an excuse for him and his actor buddies to go on holiday with bad jokes, bad script, and everything else. Just Go With It, 2011, similar bad jokes. The setting very similar to Grown Ups with Jennifer Aniston and Nicole Kidman. He was voice of Donald the monkey in Zookeeper, 2011, Kevin James led movie. Before again, they come in twos of bad films. Jack and Jill, 2011. Sandler plays both Jack and Jill. It is painful to watch. The producers of Grown Ups and Just Go With It did Jack and Jill, so maybe they're to blame for his change in movies. Al Pacino in this will scar you for life if you watch it. Honestly, if you watch Scarface, A Scent of a Woman, it will scar. If you have any kind of appreciation for Al Pacino, don't watch it. He was Donnie in That's My Boy, 2012. Lonely Island and Brooklyn Nine-Nine's Andy Samberg saves this one, but still one of Sandler's worsts. Things got better as Sandler got into animation, again with Hotel Transylvania, 2012, as Dracula. Dracula, who operates a high-end resort away from the human world, goes into overprotective mode when a boy discovers the resort and falls for the Count's teenage daughter. We have Selena Gomez, Steve Buscemi, Andy Samberg, Kevin James, David Spade and Mel Brooks, who voice some of the characters in the film. And it's fun for the family, it's just fun in general, because it's about Dracula. We gotta love Dracula. And if you do love vampires and all that, you can check out another video I've made called Evolution of the Vampire Movie. We talk about vampires from the start to the most recent. And you can check it on my playlist as well on my channel, if you're interested. Thank you. Grown Ups 2 arrived.
What's wasted?
When you have a hankering for ice cream.
Well, I want to get wasted. I want to get
Lenny Fedor is back before he made an appearance in Brooklyn Nine-Nine in 2014.
That's right. I collect antiquities. I'm a serious person. I'm writing a movie right now.
Before Blended with Drew Barrymore again. Director Frank Racchi again. His best critical reception in a wee while. Happy Madison production. Adam Sandler gets to go on another trip, like his other movies he does, but this time Africa in Blended. One of the few films in which Adam Sandler's character's name doesn't end in a Y in Blended, like Lenny, Donnie, Danny, Henry, Davy, Barry, Nicky, Sonny, Bobby, Robbie, Happy, Billy and Shecky. I know it's really crazy, all his characters ending in a Y. Mad. But it's true. He played himself in Top 5 2014 before Don in Men, Women and Children, rocking the beard. We like a bit of beard. Before he made another one I enjoyed, which is hard to come by at this point, The Cobbler 2014. He was Max Slimkin. Great concept, script, performance and cast. Steve Buscemi, Dustin Hoffman, Method Man. Yeah. A cobbler, bored of his everyday life, stumbles upon a a magical heirloom that allows him to become other people and see the world in a different way. When he pops their shoes on. I urge you to check it out if you haven't watched Adam Sandler film in a wee while because of his recent movies. Check out The Cobbler. It's just what he needed, really. Sandler means cobbler in Hebrew. I know, that blew my mind as well. Sandler means cobbler in Hebrew, which is it's a weird coincidence. This was Adam Sandler's and Buscemi's 10th film together, which is impressive. When Max gets home from work and opens his fridge to pick a beverage, he has two options, a beer or a Yoo-hoo. The Yoo-hoo is a nod to Adam Sandler's film Big Daddy Again, 1999. Unfortunately, the high of the cobbler wore off after his next picture, Pixels, 2015, which was great concept but done poorly, even if Chris Columbus did direct it. When aliens misinterpret video feeds of classic arcade games as a declaration of war, they attack the Earth in the form of the video games. We have Sean Bean, Peter Dinklage, Josh Gad, Kevin James, you know their names. 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5 out of 10 on IMDb, and a Metascore of 27. But hey ho, who cares about critics? If you enjoyed it, you enjoyed the film. We got a sequel to Hotel Transylvania 2, reprising the role of Dracula, before playing Tommy in Ridiculous 6, a spoof of the incredible Quentin Tarantino movie, The Hateful Eight. Ridiculous 6 is on Netflix. That just rhymed. Does what says in the tin, it is ridiculous. Stars his regular cast with added Taylor Lautner, madness. One of 4 movies Adam Sandler produced through an exclusive deal with Netflix. Sandler played Max in The Do-Over 2016 with David Spade. After they fake their deaths in order to start their lives anew, things go awry. However, when they discover that the dead men whose identities they have adopted were entangled in criminal activities. Ooh. Adam Sandler plays the crack character Max Kessler. In reality, there's an accountant based in New York City who is also named Max Kessler, who bears a strong resemblance to Sandler and had met with one of his associates. The two would later meet for the first time after Kessler accepted an invitation to the premiere. He appeared on Conan, Kevin Can Wait in 2016. 2017 he was Sandy Wexler, which has been poorly received, with his character being deemed very annoying. He joined legend Dustin Hoffman again in the Meyerowitz stories, 2017. Now, of 2018, he will be going into Hotel Transylvania 3. The week of synopsis is: the parents of a soon-to-be married couple make the final preparations for the wedding ceremony. Directed by Robert Smigel, not Smeagol, Robert Smigel, who you'll know from a lot of Adam Sandler films in the past. Now, Adam Sandler started small time on the stand-up circuit, made truly unforgettable and hilarious movies throughout the 90s and early noughties. After that, he kind of lost his way a bit, with his ratio of good movies being far behind his bad ones. The bad movies could be his age, him growing older. Is he not as funny anymore? Was a mix between age, audience reception, producers, directors, and writers, damaging his career. You know, too many chefs in the kitchen. Was it that he got too much control? A lot of people have suggested that he's got too much control, too much power, and that's what caused a lot of his films to be negatively received. I still don't know to this day, and I would love to know your opinion if you have any. So do comment below and tell me why you think Adam Sandler's career at this point has gone off the rails a little bit. And if you love movies, be sure to check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/Richard Al's Radio Show. I do movie specials twice a week, so give it a like and make my day and make me smile. The details are all below in the description box. If you're a fan, do check out my other videos on the playlist as well. It's on like a little series, so you might enjoy some others as well. And thank you so much for watching.